here, and we're having a class on Wednesday night, the 16th of the 2nd, 2005. And Gordon has come in, and he's got a problem, and we'll to see how it's going with it, Gordon. So Gordon Healy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gordon Healy. What age are you now, Gordon?
28.
28. Are you married, Gordon?
No.
Any partners?
Not at the moment.
No. Any children?
No.
Do you smoke a bit?
Yeah.
Do you bite your fingernails?
Yeah.
Is blushing a problem for you?
No.
No. And how can I help you today now?
Just to do with the course I'm doing, I'd like to be able to finish it out and not get so stressed out over what I'm doing. And in dealing with other people, not to get angry and, what I say, be wound up. You know, to take things with a little bit of a sense of humour.
What kind of course are you doing?
A pilot's flying lessons.
And does that involve theory and practice?
Yeah.
Okay. How far into the course are you?
About 3/4.
75% of the course,
Yeah.
both theory and practical.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when do you hope to finish?
I'd like to finish by the summer.
So it's the summer of 2005, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How are you doing so far on it?
Everything I understand, but I have problems dealing with the instructors.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I've found that they can be very unhelpful because teaching somebody takes quite a lot of effort, and you have to know what you're teaching. Sometimes I found that the instructors didn't.
Is a part of you feeling that you're not being helped by the instructors, or you feel they're not knowledgeable enough, or that you feel somehow inadequate there, being a student, and they're as though you got to search for the work or look for the information? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
And what does all that mean to you right now?
Stress, misery,
Yeah.
frustration.
And what's your fear in all of that now,
Not finishing and wasting time.
So you fear that you may not finish, is that correct?
Yeah.
What might prevent you from finishing?
How would I say, politics, flying schools being fobbed off, slots being messed around, personal dislikes.
There's a part of you who's paid money to do this course, and you want to finish, and there's another part of you feeling as though they are there's personality problems there. And again, your fear is that you may not finish. Is that correct? Or you may not get your license. Do you have any panic attacks or anxiety attacks? You might feel your heart beating a lot quicker, palpitations, air hunger, breathing rate increase, hot or cold flushes, anything like that ever happens to you without any particular warning? Or
No.
any fears and phobias that you're aware of?
Not that I'm aware of.
Would you fear of failure, Gordon?
Well, most definitely, yeah.
Do you think that's specific to this course, or is it a general fear?
Generally, but even generally in life, yeah, I don't like to fail. I put in the work, and everything I start, I've finished.
Okay.
But because of the nature of the industry in flying and pilots, there's a hell of a lot of ego, and this is one thing I do not want to fail.
Would you fear of authority?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Would you fear your father, for example, or mother?
At times, yes.
Okay, at times. That's fine. Do you ever find yourself compulsively or perhaps foolishly checking things, such as cooker knobs, light switches, car ignition keys? You may check something once or twice, but you do it more than that. Yeah. Much, or is it just once or twice or 3 times and leave it at that?
Once or twice.
So that's fine. Any recurring dreams? Any one dream keeps going back to over and over again?
No, in fact, I'm not really remembering dreams at all.
Any sort of ceremonial or ritualistic things about your daily habits? Maybe something that goes beyond the realm of habit into the realm of magic or superstition, or you like putting your socks on wrong before putting them on the right way, or special significance of numbers, figures, or dates, or washing your hands a half dozen times before meals, anything like that?
No.
Right. Okay. You're probably going to sleep at night time or getting up in the morning?
Getting up in the morning.
Getting up. Any morbid thoughts, black thoughts, suicide thoughts? Just thoughts, man.
No.
Being restless or irritable a lot?
Irritable, yes.
Yeah, irritable. Low self-esteem or guilt feelings?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Are you eating away fine? You're not losing weight or anything like that? Do you have plenty of energy for everything?
Lately, no.
No, you're finding it difficult with energy. You find it hard to think and concentrate? You're fairly sharp most of the time?
Fairly sharp most of the time.
Fairly sharp. Do you have plenty of interest in pleasurable activities once enjoyed, such as hobbies or socializing or intimacy, that kind of thing?
In the last few months, no, my flying has become 24 hours a day.
So
because it's so structured.
It's 24/7 you're focusing on the course, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any pains or aches anywhere?
My neck, there's a lot of tightness around my neck and throat area.
You haven't gone to a doctor or anything like that?
Yeah, I have been actually. My blood pressure was up.
Yeah, much?
Not grossly, but in kind of up on my age group, especially when I'm fairly fit.
What does the doctor say about that?
He just said it's unusual. I mean, it's not heart disease or anything like that. It's actually when I'm stationary. It's not when I'm moving about. There's two different types of blood pressure. It's the stationary one that's up.
Okay. What kind of hobbies do you have, Gordon?
Cycling. I used to do a lot of walking. We had a dog when he died before last summer, so. But I still genuinely like to walk and stuff.
Okay. Where do you relax best now, get some peace of mind? You know, where would you chill out?
My bedroom.
Does God play some part in your life? No, I don't mean religion or the churches, but some, higher power or some spiritual force.
Yeah, big part.
Big part, yeah. And are you on any medication right now?
No.
No? Have you gone to anybody else with your problem?
No.
And where did you hear about this place out of interest?
On the internet.
On the internet, okay. Anything else I should have asked you to find out more about the real you, or any problem you feel you may have?
No, there's nothing comes to mind right at this minute.
Okay. So, you've read the brochures and that, haven't you? Yeah.
Yes.
So, basically what you're saying to me, Gordon, look, is there something going on inside you here but outside your own control? Can you please help me do something with it? And a lot of people coming to me here would have used all their intellect on the problem. Doctor's intellect, faith, the psychiatrist, yoga, TMs, under mind control, priests, nuns, books, you name it, that have used it. But they still have the problem when they come in here to see me. And I'm going to say to you straight off, look, forget about looking for an intellectual answer. You're not going to find one. Your problem is one of the emotions, is one of the subconscious one. We need some way of getting into the subconscious mind. And that's where hypnosis or hypnotherapy will play a part. Now, what's hypnosis? In your daydream state, it's a nice relaxing sort of feeling. It's when you're not in the here and now, but when you're somewhere else, like when you're engaged in a book or looking at television or listening to records or when you're in meditation or whatever. That's a bit like hypnosis. You're totally aware throughout the session. In the next session when you come into me, when you're lying on the couch, you're going to look at somebody and tell you, close your eyes, you slide into a very, very relaxing state. When you are relaxed like that, you're very suggestible, and I can suggest good positive things to you. And I'm going to make your own personal private hypnotic tape in the next session. Take about 40 minutes to do that, so you can take it away and you can have 70 free sessions on your own at home. And I go on the idea of cause and effect, meaning that if you have symptoms, there must be reasons for those symptoms. It must be the first time in your life when these things happened. And we use analysis to go back in time to try and find and remove the root cause of the problem. Now, when we're younger, things happen to us when we're younger that we tend to lock away, and they're called repressions, and we need some way of releasing those repressions. And that's where hypnosis comes in, and basically you're just freely associating the memories. That's what we find the root cause of the problem. Now, during the analysis, there's no such thing as a no-go area. I don't mind when you start the analysis, it's entirely up to yourself. Once you commence, you need to stick with it. Have in your mind that it's an end product therapy, and we need to find and remove whatever it is that's troubling you at a deeper level. So during the analysis now, there's no such thing as a no-go area. Everything is totally confidential. It's nobody else's business. Everything that happens in this room stays in this room. It's nobody else's business. Now, halfway through therapy, there's a thing called resistance. That's where you may say to yourself, well, I'm feeling a lot better, I'm feeling a lot worse, I don't have nothing else to say, I've got the flu, I can't afford it, I'm too busy, do you follow? And we need a bit of that resistance, and we're going to take you through that wall of resistance. You're going to see where the problem is coming from, and with that, hopefully we'll come and cure your problem for you. Now, it's on a weekly basis. I don't mind when you start therapy again, but it's on a weekly basis, and I need you to commit yourself to therapy. Today it's €250 for a session, and then €50 per session after that, regardless of whether you make other tapes or not. So how do you feel about all of that?
Good.
Yeah? Do you want to go ahead with therapy then? Okay. I'm going to give you a demonstration of the power of your imagination. I'm pushing your palms together like so, and look at your knuckles now. See your knuckles getting whiter and whiter as you're pushing your hands together tighter and tighter. And as you're looking at your knuckles getting whiter and whiter now, you can look forward to a number of changes occurring, some of which you'll be aware of, others now will be happening at a much deeper level. Closing your eyes for a moment and just say after me, this is a demonstration, of the power of my imagination, and concentration. I want you to imagine that those hands are so glued together that when you try and open them, the tighter the locking and close. Just make a try now to satisfy yourself. Then indeed lock tightly closed, and when you're satisfied, just say satisfied. Open your eyes now, look at your knuckles and say satisfied. Excellent. Now do this with your two front fingers, please. Make sure there's no light shining between the fingers. Pushing the palms together, fingers down, thumbs crossed, palms together now. And I want you to imagine that those two fingers are glued together, and when you're closing your eyes now, I want you to imagine now those two fingers are so glued together, and when you try and open them, the tighter locking and close. Just make a try. Just satisfy yourself, and indeed lock tightly closed, and when you're satisfied, just say satisfied.
Satisfied.
Okay. Now try and unlock your hands to me now, and put them straight out front of you like so. Now putting your right hand up in the air like so, with your right thumb going towards the ceiling, and your right hand, otherwise you confuse me, and your left hand like so. Your left one now, the other one hand like so. Very good. And just closing your eyes now, just for a moment for me now. Just closing your eyes just for a minute. Now I want you to imagine around your right wrist and tying a piece of string. At the other end of the string, let's imagine there's a big bright red helium balloon. It's like a weather balloon. It's almost as big as a house. And it's so forceful, it's as though it could bring your right hand up into the air. Just imagine that for me now. That's right. That's right. And let's imagine now on top of your left hand, I'm placing a very heavy book, like a telephone book, and it's so heavy, it's as though bringing your left hand down to the ground. That's right. That's right. That's right. Now, as your hands now are continuing to move in your imagination, just imagine now that your eyelids are so glued together that the more you try and open them, the tighter locking and closed. Just make a try now, just satisfy yourself, indeed lock tightly closed, and when you're satisfied, just say satisfied. In a moment now you'll open your eyes and be absolutely amazed at the distance your hands have moved when you open your eyes now. Wow, you kind of surprised yourself there a little bit. Did one feel heavy? Did one feel light? Did it seem to move automatically for you?
This one feels very heavy, as if I was holding a brick or something. I can feel tension in my elbow as well.
Right. And the other one?
Very light.
Mm-hmm. Just relaxing again now, Gordon. What was all that about?
Can't explain.
You had a guess what you think it was about. When you said satisfied, these moved, your eyes moved together. What do you think?
Demonstrating hypnosis.
Yes, you're quite right. It was a demonstration of the power of your imagination and your concentration. For example, when I was a 9-year-old kid, I remember seeing President Kennedy of America going into the City Hall there in Cork, and around the same time he came on the television. And he said, by the end of the decade we're going to put a man on the moon. And I was so excited, I ran to him and said, Mother, they're going to put a man on the moon. But she laughed, and then get everyone in Ireland after that stage. But within 2 years America made that its dream. Within 2 years Mission Control was formed. The scientists, the engineers came together. The astronauts were invented, and finally in 1969 there's a guy in the moon. So, in the same way your deep mind is going to see you now achieving the goals that you want for yourself. Isn't that going to be fun? Yeah? Okay. So, can we go ahead with therapy with you now?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just talking to the camera now just for a moment, that we've just had a introductory talk with the client, and if you like, that's where that involved information gathering. We're just gathering information, and we just get a general orientation around the client and the client's problem, and then we explained hypnosis to the client, and we explained the therapy. We outlined the therapy to the client, and then we did convincer tests with the client also. And from that then, we can ask the client now to go ahead with therapy. We go in, get the appointment book and make an appointment. Or we come to the second chunk of work, which is maybe the second chunk of work usually is a tape session. In this case now I'm just going to go ahead and do some other work with the client before actually doing the tape session. So, okay. So, is it okay if we hypnotize you, Gordon?
Yeah.
Put you into trance. That's very good. So, will you give me 2 hands here, please? Just look into my eyes. Just relaxing now. Take a deep breath. And sleep now. Just relaxing. Shaking relaxation into this hand here. Onto your dropping your lap 10 times more deeper. 1, 2, 3. 10 times more deeper. And now shaking relaxation into your right arm and hand. On the count of 2, dropping your lap 10 times more deeper. 1, 2, 3. 10 times more deeper. I put my hand on your head. Just ignore my hands there. It's rotating your head around like so. Don't help me now. Each time I rotate it around like so, you're relaxing deeper and deeper and deeper still. The more you relax now, the better you feel. The better you feel, the more you allow yourself to relax. And just tapping your forehead a few times, you'll feel a wave of relaxation flowing from your forehead all the way down your body. Just take a deep breath now and just double your relaxation. That's right, you can just feel a wave of relaxation flowing from your forehead all the way down your body. I put my finger on your forehead. What I'm doing is I'm locking your eyelids from the outside. I want you to lock them from the inside. You lock them by relaxing, and your eyelids now are so glued together that when you try and open them, the tighter locking closed. Just make a try now. Just satisfy yourself that indeed lock tightly closed. And when you're satisfied, just say satisfied. Just say satisfied. Okay, in a moment I'm going to count from 1 to 3. On 3 you'll open your eyes, and once you open your eyes and I click my finger to the word sleep, now your eyes snap tightly shut and you relax 10 times more deeper. 1, 2, 3, eyelids open, 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 and sleep, going deeper down, 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 down. 1, 2, 3, eyelids open, 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 and sleep, going deeper down, 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 down. 1, 2, 3, eyelids open, 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 and sleep, and going deeper down, 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 down. That's fine. I'm going to touch your forehead and you just bring your head back ever so slightly just to help you to relax even more. Deeper and deeper and then deeper still. That's fine. You can leave your head back in the chair if you like, or you can just leave it the way it is. Now Gordon, I want you to imagine for me now a ruler. This ruler is 3 feet in height and it's in front of you. And this ruler is measuring the depth of your relaxation. It's graduated at 100 on the top, 0 on the bottom. How close to 0 are you now? I'm sorry, what colour is your ruler now, first of all?
Blue.
Blue. And the graduations on it, what are they?
Centimeters.
Are they black? What
Yeah.
colour is black? Very good. And how close to 0 are you now? 0 is when you're deeply, deeply relaxed. How close to 0 are you now there?
50.
50. Very good. Now take a deep